Hello everyone. Welcome to your science class. Today we are going to start new chapter in science, that is chapter number 9, Interdependence in Nature. The surroundings in which an organism lives is called its environment. As you know, it is said that our entire world is like a family. So the environment includes everything that surrounds and affects an organism: the air, the soil, the climate, and plants and animals. But in case of human being, it also includes the people around a person and the interaction of person with these people. There are two type of components of the environment. They are biotic components and abiotic components. Biotic component means bio means life, so living things like plants, animals and microorganisms. But abiotic component means non-living thing like air, water, soil and lights. So we will discuss about these points first. As I already told you that bio means life. Thus, biotic components of the environment is made up of living beings like plants, animals and microorganisms. Plants, including algae, are the producers or the food providers of the environment. Animals consume or eat whatever plants make, so they are called consumers. Now, the microorganism and some other organisms decompose or digest waste. That is why they are called decomposers. But the abiotic components of the environment is made up of non-living things such as air, water, soil and light. All the things that make up the environment are connected to each other and you can say dependent on each other. We can also say that they are interdependent. Let us discuss and let us study about the relationship between plants, animals and microorganisms with each other and with the non-living things that surrounds them. First, we will discuss about the interdependence between plants and animals. You already know that animals depend on plants for food. Herbivores eat plants and carnivores eat herbivores. This linking together of plants and animals by the process of eating and being eaten is called food chain. Animals depend on plants for shelter too. Birds, monkeys, squirrels, snakes and different type of insects find shelter among plants. Animals are also helpful for plant. You cannot say only plants are helpful for us. Animals are also helpful for plants. How it is possible? Let's see. They eat fruits and throw away the seeds or pass them out with a stool. This helps to disperse seeds. Some fruits and seeds have spikes and bristles which get attached to the body of animals, and this is the another way in which animals help to disperse seed. Now next we will discuss about the animal and animal relationship. One of the commonest example of animals helping each other is the relationship between the cattle and egrets. The egrets ride on the cattle and feed on the insects that bother the cattle, and cattle do not mind. Why? Because egrets help them to get rid of insects. One more example I am giving you. You must have heard that some small fish attach themselves to the fins of shark and feed on the scraps from the diet of the shark. So this is the another way to helping each other. Now the relationship between the plant and plant. Many climbers twin themselves around the tall plants and reach on the top to get more sunlight. Orchids also perch themselves on tall trees to get sunlight, but they do not harm the trees. They have special roots that absorb the moisture from the air. Now we will see how decomposers help the environment, the plants. You must have heard that saprophyte bacteria and fungi get their food from plants and animals' waste. But in their turn, what they do? They digest the waste and decompose it or break it into minerals and gases. The minerals mix with the soil and are absorbed by the plants. So just as decomposers depend on plant and animals, plants too dependent on decomposers. Now let's discuss about the non-living thing, how they are helpful for living things. All living beings need air. Plants and animals need oxygen for respiration and plants need carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. No organism can live without water. So water is also very important because aquatic organism will die soon without water. Even terrestrial organism cannot survive long without water. Light is also very important condition for life. Many animals are active only in daylight and plants also need light to make food, and without food nothing is possible. No living being can survive without food. Now all organisms need certain amount of warmth for survival. Too cold, if there is too cold you cannot survive. So certain amount of warmth is also important for all living beings. Now last point is plants absorb water and minerals from the soil. There would be no plants without soil, nor would be animals, because they depend on plants for their food. Now let's see what is the balance in nature and how they maintain this balance. As you know that all the things that make up the environment are not just dependent on each other. They are linked together in a way that maintain a perfect balance, and without this balance the environment would get destroyed. First we will see how it is possible the balance of gases in the environment. As you know that all living beings use oxygen and throw out carbon dioxide. If this process continued forever, the air would soon have too much of carbon dioxide and too little oxygen. But the photosynthesis is the process that maintains the balance of both the gases in the air. Now we will see the balance between organisms, how it is possible. You think that herbivore harms plant or that carnivore harms herbivores, but this is not true. If you think of the balance in the environment, for example, no carnivore ate rabbits in a particular region, rabbits would multiply very fast and they would eat up all the grass and there would be none left for them and for the other herbivores. Besides, the rabbits of the grass, the root of the grass hold the soil, and because of the rabbit the soil would get washed away by the rain soon and the whole area would become infertile. That is why every organism have its enemies in nature, and these natural enemies do not let the organism multiply so fast so as to upset the balance in nature. So sometimes enemies are also helpful to maintain the balance in the environment. Now we will see the balance of soil and minerals. As you know, plants take up minerals from the soil. They use them to make nutrients needed by their body. Now the animals get these minerals from plants. They too use them for the growth and maintenance for their body. When plants and animals die, microorganisms decompose them and return the minerals to the soil. So this is the process by this the balance of the nature is maintained. Now the last is water cycle. Water evaporates continually from the oceans, rivers, lakes and trees. Water vapor rises with hot air and condenses to form cloud when it meets with cold air. When the droplets of water join up and become heavy, they fall as rain. Some of the rain moisture the soil and seeps from groundwater. The rest flows down into the rivers and finally into the oceans. This continual movement of the water from the earth to the air and back is called water cycle. This is the nature's way of maintaining the balance of water. Without this, plants would become dry and the soil would become infertile, so there would be no life. So that is why we also approach you to maintain the balance between the nature and help to plant more and more trees. So I hope you understood the chapter. Goodbye. God bless you all.